To
But
that.
I don't know how to do any auctioneer talk, man. I don't talk fast enough to be doing that stuff.
It's like being a betty bitty betty bird, being a betty bitty betty bird, being a betty bitty betty bird.
Yeah, that's about all I can
Yeah,
do.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Well, yeah. So Rocklahoma's quickly approaching. So yeah, I guess everybody should be getting geared up from that. That is in these parts.
So we may do some 420 filming there with the barbecue place and whatever else kind of food that they've got. Nobody's really covered
I'd like to hit
Rocklahoma
that. I'd
food.
like
So
to hit that truck. What's that truck out of Joplin? Ghetto Tacos. I'd like to hit that truck.
yeah, it looks pretty interesting actually.
Yeah.
So we may hit them up too. And I heard that the Torchy's is actually going to have a taco bar.
Okay, I'm down.
Yeah.
Talk me into it.
Oh yeah, yeah. And it's not going to be on Tuesday, but by God, we'll make it work. But yeah, we're gonna do some interviews. There's a place called Island Noodles that's there every year, and you've got to have that drunk ass food. It's like it's like a Vietnamese noodle that's hot.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's got some vegetables in it, and it's first off, it's hotter than you know what, because it just came out of that big ass skillet. And then secondly, it's got some spice to it too, so it's gonna get you either way. It will. And then
that guy must make a mint out there because everybody loves those noodles.
yeah, because I think they come out of like Ohio or something like that. I mean, they really drive a long distance to come to this place, but man, they rack up a bunch of money at Rocklahoma. So
Oh yeah, there's some racks that are taken out of there.
and Tiddy and China show, we're going to be doing some interviews. Might even be able to catch a well-known act. You never know. We do not have our press
Fingers
passes.
crossed.
Yeah, we don't have press passes, but by God, we're going to try.
I like a challenge, man.
Yeah.
I like a challenge.
Well, you know what they say in Vegas? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
I've heard that.
Yeah, well, what happens at Rocklahoma stays at Rocklahoma, except
I've
for
heard that.
the Tiddy and China show. What happens at Rocklahoma, you'll be able to hear on the Tiddy and China show, because we're going to cover every big party, all the shenanigans, whether it's topless, naked, dirty, muddy, maybe even a good old-fashioned fight. You never know, but we're going to cover it. So I think it'll make an interesting show after Rocklahoma for sure.
Everybody that heard you say that is going to stay away from us now at Rocklahoma.
Probably so. It actually really good stuff happens around us.
We kind of fall into it. Yeah. I mean,
Well, they're so drunk
Sure.
they actually kind of fall into us. But yeah, there's a lot of naked stuff that goes on around us. And I'm a little bit bummed that Camp Giggity won't be there.
yeah, man. They had that water balloon fight last year that was so fun.
Yeah, and they got that freaking transformer rig that they can pull up in that's got a stripper cage and stripper pole, and that's insane.
When you're a transformer that when you transform a stripper cage, it wrecks itself. I'm a fan. Like
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, it's game over for everybody else.
Yeah, that's next level stuff.
And they travel with military tents, the big mop tents.
Uh-huh.
They're not insulated, but they're very rubberized, and they're hot as bejesus on the inside. So they travel with a 5-ton air conditioning unit that feeds just this one tent. I swear to God, you could hang, and they have a king size bed frame, and everything in there. Yeah, and I swear to God, you could hang beef in that place. It's cold.
Man, in Rocklahoma, that's welcome. I mean, it is always hot out there.
Yeah, we'll see how the weather's going to hold out this year, because last year was all the hot. Actually, my diabetes did not handle it very well. I spent some time during the festival when I missed a couple of bands, and it's not because I missed them because I had to go sleep or anything. I missed them because I was out, past smooth out from Sugar episode. Yeah,
few days.
And then the shitty part about it is you take your medicine to combat that high sugar that I was getting, okay, and then all of a sudden because you're just sweating like a pig out there. And then all of a sudden, people bring you water and that kind of stuff to rehydrate, and you drink about 4 or 5 bottles of water. Well, okay, now you go into a second crisis, because when your blood, when you get dehydrated, your everything in your blood concentrates. So your body's thinking that your sugar is just off the charts. So it's injecting what insulin it can out there to combat that. And then once that insulin gets in your blood and tries to start knocking that sugar down, and your friends bring you like 4 or 5 bottles of water and you chug that, okay, now you're rehydrated. Now there's fluid back in your blood. But because of the insulin that your body put in there, you've taken what was a 300 level sugar and knocked it down to 100 because you're hydrated. So now it's not concentrated. And then you have all that insulin that you injected in your body. So that's shooting that down. So I went from where my body was thinking that my sugar was through the roof into being hypoglycemic. And when I got hypoglycemic, that's when I was out. So it's pretty crazy.
I didn't bring my physiology book to this, so I'm lost.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Just
all right, as long as we're okay, that's all that matters.
Yeah, just roll with it.
I am a dude. I'm going with
it. Speaking of somebody who cannot roll with it,
yeah,
and I'm not even the least bit sorry at all. But at this time, there are no plans for the character of Jamal to return to Empire. Fox Entertainment and 20th Century Fox Television said that in a statement. Jesse Smollett, buddy, your 15 minutes, they gone. Sorry, buddy. Your career's over.
I'm telling you, man. Wow. It dropped all the charges, but Fox wasn't willing to keep that dude on board, huh?
No, and now there's civil stuff, so
yeah.
Jump on, buddy.
This is not going to work out well for Smollett in the long run.
No.
The end game's not going to be pretty.
No, he's as done as a shitty steak, man. Done as a shitty steak.
That whole deal just still, I'm baffled by it. Like I don't get what he was trying to do with any of that.
Kind of trying to be a martyr a little bit, I think. Don't you think?
Yeah, there's definitely that aspect to it. For sure.
Whatever it was.
But God, you talk about a horrible plan. None of it's ever made sense to me at all.
Bad ideas with good intentions is still bad idea.
Right? Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
And on the left wing side of him, he thought that might be a good idea to make the Republicans look bad, and all he did was just shit on his own party even more. Shit.
Well, he definitely. I don't think he thought this through very well. God. We talked about last episode. We talked about bad decisions. You talk about a bad decision. Oh my God!
Mm-hmm.
Personal, business. Every facet of your life. It's just a bad decision.
Yeah, we should have actually brought that up last week because he would have been a really good example of a career just gone to shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Consequences
because of really poor choices.
Yeah. Yeah. When you and I were talking yesterday, and we were kind of going over what your neighborhood looked like in the 50s. And you'd mentioned that back in those days, they still had the Tulsa Zoo. And I guess all the chimpanzees got out.
Yeah, the story is that the chimpanzees escaped from the Tulsa Zoo back in the 50s. And they've since done this again. I found out, I want to say in the late 90s maybe. 96 is sticking out for some reason. But the chimpanzees escaped their habitat then. They didn't get out of the zoo, but they were just roaming around the Tulsa Zoo. But back in the 50s, they got out in town. And my deal has always been, like, if you lived in North Tulsa at that time and you were out watering your grass and 2 chimpanzees rolled up on you, like, what's your reaction going to be? Like, I would be scared to death.
Yeah, because back in the 50s, that was a white middle class neighborhood.
Yeah,
things have changed since then. But
so John Smith is out watering his grass, and 2 chimpanzees roll up. Well, I'd have been scared. I'm sure some people would have tried to get fruit and feed it to him, but that was a shit show.
I know what I would have been like. Shandy, come here. There's a goddamn monkey in the front yard. A goddamn monkey. I'm not kidding you. Get in here.
I'm scared of monkeys, dude. Monkeys are these creatures that are so damn smart, it's not even funny. And they're strong as all get out. Like, they can rip a man limb from limb and not even put any effort into it. Like, if I'm watering my yard and two chimpanzees roll up, I'm screaming like a 5-year-old little girl and running away.
Let me tell you a little story about monkeys.
God. Okay.
All right, me and my unit were in an undisclosed location. Okay.
All right.
I'm the medical corpsman, and everybody calls you doc when you're a medic. Everybody calls you doc. I'm like, hey doc, see the monkeys up in that tree? Yeah. You think you might be able to hit them with a stick? I've seen you throw football and throw baseball, and you're pretty freaking accurate. So I think you might be able to hit it with a stick. I was like, hell, I can give it a try. See if you can knock that monkey off. I pick up a stick.
This is already a bad idea.
Yeah, I threw it up in that tree, and it was coming right toward that monkey. I mean, it was going to hit him right between them. That monkey reached out, caught that stick.
Matrix level.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, well, that didn't work out near what I thought it was going to work out. And as I'm saying that,
armed monkey.
As I'm saying that stick is coming back at me at twice the accuracy and twice the velocity that I threw it. And it hits me in the head. And I about nearly go out. I mean, it rung my bell. Well, then all those guys start running because at that point they know what's going to happen. And they're like running away. And I'm still in there just in awe.
So it became every man for himself at this point.
Yeah, I mean, who knew that Nolan Ryan was a monkey? Who knew a stick could come back at you at 100 miles an hour, right?
You just got educated.
Oh, my God. Well, then he and his buddies, just for good measure, commenced to shitting in their hand.
Oh, that's her favorite trick.
Yeah. And being just as accurate as that stick, you start getting pelted with monkey shit. Because
what are you going to do? You can't run up there and whip a monkey's ass for doing it.
No, good God, no. No. That's a bad idea. Bad idea.
Yeah. He'll rip you limb from limb, man.
Yeah. Do not get in a shit kicking contest with a monkey.
So how long did they pelt you with shit?
As long as it took me to get away and catch up with those guys, because they knew what was going to happen. They got out of shit range. And
what kind of animal develops that as his defense mechanism? Like, what's wrong with the monkeys?
The same animal that'll piss in his own mouth and jack off no matter who walks by. The same animal. Yeah. And then word has it that like somebody in Tulsa had some monkeys for pets or something like that. And I don't know if it got too much for them or if they got out or whatever, but word has it that there's like a monkey clan living in Tulsa.
I can't remember what kind of monkeys they are either, but yeah, in West Tulsa, there's a neighborhood that a clan of monkeys live in. And like, I don't know what day of the week it is. Let's just say it's Friday. Friday's trash day. So Thursday night, everybody takes their trash can to the street.
Oh, they're having a buffet.
Oh, yeah, these monkeys are having a heyday with this stuff. So apparently, the city sent animal control over there to tranquilize these little guys and get them out of that neighborhood. And I guess they'll dart one or two of them. And then the monkeys know to stay away from that truck. They're that smart.
Yeah.
So these monkeys have been living in this neighborhood for a generation of people. And they just live with these monkeys over there. Somebody called bullshit on this story earlier today. And I'm like, okay, now we're going to take a trip to West Tulsa and we're going to go photograph some monkeys doing crazy shit.
Yeah, I mean, if the story is BS, that's fine. It makes for a good story. I can't verify it. I don't know if it's true or not. But
if it's BS, it's one of the best BS stories ever because Fox 23 in Tulsa last summer, I think, did a story on these monkeys. How they're just over there just pillaging these people's trash cans once a week.
Well, if they don't come for that truck anymore, somebody's gonna get smart and come to a different vehicle, and then they're gonna remember that one too. I think what you need to do is get sorry, animal rights people, if you're listening, I'm really sorry. This is just to kind of it's to prove a point. It's something that comes out of my mouth. It is not the opinion of the Tiddy and Shiner Show, nor it is the opinion of Outcast Media Group, LLC, or 420 Eats, or my mom, or my dad, or my wife,
It might be my opinion, though.
It could be Shiner's opinion. But why don't you get a sniper out there, and while they're in the trash can, just